Hi everyone, in today's video I'll be drawing with only a ballpoint pen. So this is the ballpoint pen challenge. So let's just jump right into the video. Okay, so I'm just going in with my pen, and since this is going to be a 2-page drawing with only a ballpoint pen, I am sketching the pose really lightly, and I have like a reference picture that I can put up on the screen, which is what I base the drawing on. Whenever I'm doing these pen sketches, you can see the example throughout the video, but on the left side here I used a reference picture, but on the right side I didn't use a reference picture, and you can see a difference really clearly. At least I can see a clear difference between me having a reference picture that I'm following and not having a reference picture. I'm more happy with the one with the reference picture because I have an idea already of where the shapes are supposed to go. I'm not just basing it on something in my head. And it's easier to like see another drawing and then think like, okay, the artist did this here, okay, then I'll also draw a line here, or here the artist did some shadows, okay, then I'll also do some shadows here. And I drew this drawing, this first one, with the thought that I was going to color it, which I'm obviously not going to color it because it's in pen, and if I were to color this drawing, then the pen would smudge all over the page and it would look kind of disgusting, so I'm not gonna color it, but I had that in mind when I was drawing this, so that's why it looks a lot like my normal line art, and I did like these two similar pages in my last sketchbook, which if you've seen the sketchbook tour you already know this, and I didn't film it, but it's one of the favorite pages in my last sketchbook, so I thought I should just film it this time when I tried doing like a similar thing. And with this one, I went with like an elf theme. Is that a thing? Like where I only drew elves because they're cool. And then this first one, she has like a sword and everything, like a sort of warrior elf or something. If you've read Throne of Glass, this character is kind of inspired by that. If not, then you should read Throne of Glass. It's an awesome series. But yeah, a bit more about the drawing. I drew hands, and that's whenever I'm drawing with a pen, things that are hard for me to draw normally become much harder now because you can't erase the pen, like most of you probably have guessed. So the hand that's on the bottom of the page is much smaller than the hand that is like further up on the page, and it looks a bit weird, and if I had drawn this with a pencil I would have erased the hand and drawn it bigger, but since I was going with a pen and I don't know, I was kind of not in the mood to draw hands, so I didn't put that much effort into it, and when I'd already drawn the lines it was kind of hard to take it back, so I just went with it. So like one hand is smaller than the other, and you know, that's what's happening when you draw with pen. It's one of the beauties of it, I think. Like if you make a mistake you can't really go back and fix that mistake right away. You just have to make some lines stronger or thicker than other lines, and try to emphasize like the good lines and try to hide like the bad lines, and that's what I did in the shading. So like at this point I didn't really like the drawing that much, but when I started doing like this thicker lines and defining the drawing, it turned out really good at the end, I think. And one of the nice things about drawing with a pen is that you make mistakes, but since you can't erase it, you have to live with those mistakes and work around them, which really challenges your brain to like look at your drawing in a new perspective. You can't really give up on the drawing because it's in pen. You can give up on the drawing. I've done that before, and I really wanted to give up on the one on the right page. I almost did. This almost didn't become a video at all. But you know, it's it's fine. It's good to like have one really good drawing in a video and then one that I'm not so happy with, so you can see that I don't always make perfect art or art that I'm happy with all the time. Sometimes I make mistakes. A lot of the time I make mistakes actually, and most of the time that's fine because this is a sketchbook, and this is also one of my favorite things to do. I love to draw with a pen. So like whenever I am bored, if I'm doing something that is boring, and like for example if I'm listening to like a podcast, or if I am sitting and listening to a teacher, or if I am like bored in any way, I'll just find a post-it note and then my pen, and I'll start sketching these drawings. So a lot of the time people have come up to me and been like, oh, did you draw that? And I'm just like, yeah, I did. Because drawing a lot in pen, you get quite fast at drawing, because you can't really care about if you make mistakes. And I know I draw with pen every day, and it's really helped me define my art style and also get better line work as well, which is really good when I'm making like a finished illustration, to already know what kind of line work I prefer and where to put like thicker lines and where to put thinner lines and everything like that. So like my biggest tip for drawing is to draw in pen sometimes. If that is just in the margin of your normal notebook like I do all the time, when you're supposed to study, then you know that is fine, and I think it's like a good break for your brain as well. And if you're bored, like instead of picking up your phone, you should just sit down and draw. And if it is on a post-it note, then that is fine. I sometimes stick like the post-it notes that I'm really happy with in my sketchbook, and I think that's really cool. Like it's a different sort of color, and it gives the sketchbook some more pop to it. And then on the pages that are on the back side of finished drawings, like the ugly marker backside, I tend to stick the sticky notes there, just because it covers up the ugliness, and then you know I also don't have to throw them away, because I produce a lot of drawings, especially when I'm just doing these sort of quick ones. And these ones, I didn't spend more than 45 minutes, I think. Yeah, 45 minutes on both of them altogether. So I think, like, taking that into consideration, I think these ones turn out great. And I especially like the one on the left side. That is so cool. I think what helps is that she doesn't really have, like, anything from the waist down. So it looks more like a stylized drawing or something, whereas with the other one it looks kind of weird, that she has like a dress that goes all the way down. I tried fixing it with like a corset to add some cool details, and that just made it weird. And then these sleeves on the dress, they're really flowy, like inspired by Taylor Swift's Folklore dress, I think, or is it Evermore? I'll put it on the screen, whatever I'm talking about, from the Era store. She has like these flowy sleeves, and I thought that would be cool for this character, and then it just looked kind of stupid. But that's fine. It's fine. I think in the end I'm quite happy with the drawings. I'll probably do this challenge again. So if you would like to see more videos from me, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.